and gentlemen, esteemed educators, and inspiring young minds. Welcome to Unlocking AI's Potential Smart Strategies for Students. As we embark on this journey into the realm of artificial intelligence, let me share with you a fascinating tidbit that might just spark your curiosity. Did you know that AI is not just a tool of the future, but it's already shaping our world in ways we might not even realize? From personalized recommendations and streaming platforms to cutting edge medical diagnosis. AI's influence is persuasive and profound. But here's the kicker: the driving force behind AI's evolution isn't just confined to labs and boardrooms. It's in the hands of students like you and me. Yes, you heard that right. As students, we yield the power to shape the trajectory of AI, to harness its potential for the greater good, and to navigate the ethical complexities that come with it. So, buckle up because today we're diving headfirst into the world of AI, aimed with smart strategies and boundless enthusiasm. So, my name is Brittany Valdares, and I'm currently in my final year of law school at the University of the West Indies. Beyond my academic pursuits, I am deeply passionate about fostering civility and empowerment among young women. For the past 6 years, I have proudly served as a member of Blessed Girls, where I hold the role of civility champion, advocating for respect, kindness, and inclusivity in all aspects of our lives. Recently, I've had the incredible opportunity to represent my home country, Guyana, at the World Summit of Women and Girls in AI held in Pennsylvania. This experience has further ignited my enthusiasm for exploring the transformative potential of AI and the vital role students play in shaping its future. Today, I look forward to engaging you all as we delve into this discussion surrounding the smart strategies for unlocking AI's boundless possibilities. Simone, you with me?
Hello, hello. Hi. That was a wonderful introduction. My name is Simone Banks. I am currently a senior in high school, and as a member of Blessed Girls, I am, I guess you could call, the champion of creativity, kind of like the representative of it. I am the vice president of National Art Honor Society at my school, and I love, 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 love to draw. I One day I'd like to be a 2D animator, but I really wanted to talk to everybody today about more than just AI, but like how it really like affects people, their careers, especially when it comes to like being an artist, but among other things as well, just like how it kind of impacts our daily lives. A lot of us are students. I know Brittany, you said you were in college, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly, exactly. So we all try to, I don't want to say cheat, but like we end up using a lot of AI in our day to day lives. Like writing essays, Grammarly, and just everything like that. We'd like to go over those topics with you guys today. So if you guys are excited, ooh, let's see. Somebody in the chat asked, "What is a 2D animator?" Oh, 2D animator. That's like cartoons. The Disney. If you ever think of like those like really old Disney movies, like Cinderella, Princess and the Frog. That like flat animation. That's what I'd like to do. But are you ready to get started, Brittany?
Sure. One of the first things I wanted to mention is the stereotype behind AI. Now, most people presume that AI is just about robotics and sci-fi fantasies, but To me, it's already woven into the fabric of our daily lives, from, like I mentioned before, personalized recommendation on streaming platforms to predictive text on our smartphones. Like, I was googling, I wasn't on Google, I was on Microsoft Edge, and I realized that they implemented a new AI smart device, um, called Copilot. So anything you type into the Edge browser, it shows you like a whole summarization or additional information that you may need on the topic or whatever you want based on that thing. So AI has developed so much, and it benefits us so much as students as well, because instead of looking for countless articles and reading countless articles and not finding what I'm looking for, I could instead just allow Copilot to locate the specific information for me. And then I just read the article right there and then. And
Yeah.
that's how it's gotten.
Like to add that it is also advanced not just for the students but like for the teachers as well. Like I'm currently enrolled in a college prep class in high school, and my teacher was like showing us this program that like apparently a lot of teachers are getting now, where so like it was meant to like catch cheating. So the program would detect any like large copy and paste, like it would just like basically detect like everything, and it would like take a video of your screen to show you like typing it, and it'll show you copy and pasting, and it'll like and it'll like cite the link, it'll do like a word count, and it will like count the numbers of like every single copy and paste and give you like every single detail that you did on that document, like just even down to like how long you spent on it or how long yeah, exactly. It is terrifying, but it's good for the teachers just to like catch cheating, which like yeah, it's a good thing, don't cheat. But like it's like not saying that it can't be used as a tool to like help you. Of course, we can like check our grammar, check ourselves on like everything, and if you needed more resources or you didn't know how to word something, yeah, it would be pretty useful. My English teacher was like actually telling us that we should like put our essays into like an AI checker, and just like if you needed a few extra sentences or you didn't know what to say, you could like type in the question like how long is blah blah blah, or how like what are the details in like such and such book, and it would tell you. So it could like I feel like the pros somewhat outweigh the cons, but you can make a case for like either or. I guess like for students specifically, it would be more of a pro because there's more ways to like better your like grammar, better your vocabulary. But like I feel like a lot of modern day things that we do, like I was saying before, I'm an artist. I try to like like just draw whenever I can, and like post my work. Sometimes I take commissions, but like the problem is like AI art has become like such a popular thing that like everybody just thinks that it's like okay to like reuse those images and like try to sell them. But the big problem with AI art is that it's not actually trying anything. What it's really doing is just taking a bunch of images. So like imagine you like type in a prompt like draw me a woman with like two afro puffs. What the AI would do is like search the internet and take a bunch of pre-made images that were drawn from other people, like just by other artists, give them no credit, and then just kind of like mash it together to try to like fit whatever the prompt is. Which like I guess it could be harmless, but like when people start like reusing those images and trying to like pass them off as their own, like you could probably find what made the picture itself on somebody else's like art page, and then they would try to sell it, and it's just like I feel like that's why like being an artist would always be some type of like job, because you need somebody making the pictures. Like if the like if there were no artists, then like there would be no AI art because it wouldn't be able to like pull from anything. But that's just my stance. Like
Right.
you do whatever you want with your stuff.
I personally believe that everything that is in our grasp or is in reality has its pros and cons. That's
Of
just my personal belief. When you mentioned the fact that they have some tools that literally record how long you've been on a section of a document, that was scary to me.
That's terrifying.
That's scary to me. But in the Caribbean, I know, especially at my university, we use a program called Torrenton, and the teachers use it actually to double check your work to make sure that there's no plagiarism. And what it does, it detects the words or the sentences that has not only been submitted to the university, but from websites, from other papers submitted to other universities, and even AI generated content. So, but I mean, even with that platform, there are ways to trick it. I don't know. I personally do not know, but I
I,
know that with everything, there is a flaw, right?
mm,
Nothing is perfect. So that is that. And the thing you were talking about, the AI photos, I okay, so on TikTok, when you scroll, my TikTok feed is kind of crazy. So when I scroll, I usually see these photos, and I think they use ChatGPT, the new improved ChatGPT, and they just put in the description of what they want, and it pulls up the image. And I thought that was really cool at first, but
cool.
when you highlighted the fact that it kind of, I didn't know that it takes images from other people's work and like bundle it together. But when you mentioned that, that's actually copyright infringement.
It is.
And yeah, it's copyright infringement. And there are certain boundaries in which you need to take or uphold when you're doing things like this. I mean, you're using AI to get images, fine. There is a tool for it. But do not go and take these images and sell it on the
Yeah.
market,
Try to
because
pass it off
when
as
you look down at it, it's not really your work, is it? It's not your work. So you're and people get charged for these things. And I bet when AI is being more developed and more people come to that awareness, there will be new laws and legislations in place to prevent it. But for now, it is a real problem, especially towards artists, because it's making you not dependent on real work rather than AI generated content. And the other day I was watching an advertisement with, I can't remember the actress's name, but she's a very famous actress, and she died in the early 2000s or the late 1900s. They literally used CGI to replace her in this new advert. I mean, I don't know if they reached out to the family for permission before they did that, but to me, to bring back a dead person and use their
wrong.
identity in an advertisement, that's just wild to me.
That's wrong.
That's wild.
That's just like I feel like that's like a little morally wrong. You know. Oh, actually, speaking of stuff like that, so like I recently had an assignment where I was researching different types of like animation, different styles, and I came across something called AI animation. I kid you not. Like just I was researching it because I wanted to, or well, no, I'm not wanted. I still want to like be an animator when I like get into college, graduate, but like they're so like they feel so fake, but people would try to like pass it off like, yo, we don't need animators anymore because we can just like get AI animation. But like the problem is like just not only is it like pulling from other stuff, like just like the AI art, it's like not, I don't want to say like it's not accurate, it's not accurate, but it's like not consistent. Like
It's
you,
not real. It's not real. It's
yeah,
not.
it's
It's not true.
like it's not real. Like I was watching on it,
Yeah.
like dog, I think it was, but like just you could tell what like just what it was trying to do, but like the flaws were like so consistent. Like the number of of like fingers kept changing. Its ear vanished at one point, and then like just its eyes are like you could tell that it was just like pulling from something else, but it couldn't get it accurate enough. And I feel like that's like a big thing with like AI. No matter how much you perfect it, it's not gonna get something perfect.
No, because AI was created with the intention not to be abused by
Like,
people to destroy the economy, because what others are basically doing is destroying the economy, whereby they're using AI to take away artists, especially their opportunity of freelancing employment. Because if you depend on this free application, or this application where you have to pay a monthly subscription and you get these designs, what is going to happen to the animators, the professional people who actually went to school to study this? What is going to happen with
uh,
them then?
it's like just it's not even like just animated. I noticed that like a lot of companies that tend to like write stuff like not. I think it wasn't Marvel. It was like some company, and they like and they had like started replacing the authors because they got an AI to like write the script or write the book or whatever they were doing. And I'm just like, yo, but there were like but like just even when it comes to like writing, like there were still like consistent flaws in it. So it wasn't perfect, but like they were reading it over and they're like, oh
It
yeah,
was cheaper. At the end of the day, it's cheaper to use AI than employ people to actually do the work that they studied to do. And with what you said, they would have to, when they realize that these things do have flaws, they would still have to employ proofreaders, but not all of them care so much to employ proofreaders.
exactly.
Or because at the end of the day, everybody is just looking to save a buck, especially corporations or small businesses. Or not everyone is the same. There's this saying that goes, the rich stay rich by acting poor, or something along the lines. And that is why people prefer to use free AI to do their work than actually hire people. I bet if AI could weed the grass or mow the lawn or cut the trees, they would prefer AI to do that than actually hire people.
It's scary to think that
Yeah.
like so many jobs are like on the verge of like just completely dying out just because we got like an advanced computer to like do it for us. But like it's kind of like the grit and imperfections that kind of like makes something special in a way. Like obviously we're not perfect.
Yeah.
AI
Yeah.
made it, but
Yeah.
like I feel like a lot of jobs like just shouldn't be able to be like replaced like that, especially when it comes to like creatively power like just jobs that are powered by like creativity and everything in between. And I feel like it falls like onto the responsibility of us just to like be responsible with this like really powerful tool, and a lot of us just can't seem to understand that.
No. But with all the cons, right? With all the cons, as a civility ambassador, what if I told you that AI actually holds the key to addressing some, not all, of the most pressing challenges facing our society? Now, consider this. In healthcare, AI powered diagnostic tools can analyze medical images with unprecedented accuracy, just like how ChatGPT not even creates, pulls different images from different artists and makes one. Now, with the accuracy of these medical images, leading to earlier detection of disease and ultimately saving lives. Now, in education, AI can personalize learning experience. That's one. Catering to individual needs and preferences, ensuring that no student is left behind per se. For example, okay, so if you're in a lecture or in a classroom and you don't understand a specific topic, you can go to the AI platform and just type it in, and and you could just say, explain this in layman language, or explain this in legal language, or whatever, and they explain it to you until you understand.
Now that would definitely.
Yeah, yeah. And not only in education, what about environmental conservation? AI algorithms can analyze vast amounts of data to identify patterns and trends, helping us make informed decisions to protect our planet for future generations. Now, one of the biggest things about this is the Tesla cars. That is AI.
Yeah.
That is AI, and it's emitting less carbon emission. So in turn, it's reducing climate change and the melting of our ozone layer. But here's in all of this good thing. Here is the catch. Unlocking AI's potential isn't just about developing fancy algorithms or cutting edge technology. It's about harnessing the power of collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking. Now, as students, we have a unique opportunity to shape the trajectory of AI in development, ensuring that it serves the greater good and promotes equity and inclusivity, right?
Mhm.
Now, as we get further into this workshop, our presenter, Miss Biggins, she's gonna dive in more to how to unlock AI's potential. So I don't wanna keep the
And
stage. I felt like,
speaking
we've
of Miss Biggins, think it's about time that we,
yeah,
start like,
begin
and I know I can rant about this all day, but it's time to move on to our
hand
next.
over the baton.
Hmm?
We're gonna hand over the baton.
Yeah, we gotta pass the torch.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
about that time. So, as a seasoned AI certified consultant and trainer, coupled with the extensive experience as a digital marketing strategist, Janine Biggins stands at the forefront of digital innovation in business. With over 22 years of hands on experience in the field, Janine Biggins has empowered numerous businesses to harness the power of AI, driving efficiency, innovation, and growth. Her expertise spans developing and implementing cutting edge digital marketing strategies, AI integration solutions, and training programs designed to bridge the gap between technology and business needs. Janine's passion for digital transformation and commitment to fostering digital literacy has made her a sought after consultant and speaker, dedicated to guiding businesses through the complexities of digital adoption and leveraging technology for sustainable success. Her expertise in the digital marketing field encompasses social media marketing strategies, online reputation management, email marketing, video marketing, local marketing, and mobile marketing. You got all the marketings, every single one. In addition, Janine has provided training for the Maryland Small Business Development Center, the DC Small Business Development Center, Scored slash Oh, Scored Baltimore, and since spring of 2022, Janine served as the business advisor with the Baltimore Metropolitan Women's Business Center and currently is the marketing advisor at the DC Small Business Development Center. I'd like to welcome to the board Miss Janine Biggins.
Thank you. Thank you, Simone, and thank you, Brittany. This was a very interesting conversation, and I love it. I'm going to share my screen just a little bit about what you talked about. So true. However, it's not totally going to take jobs, but if you don't know how to use it, it is going to take your job. And unfortunately, it's not going anywhere. So my presentation is going to be kind of Yes, you guys are in school now and you're in law school now, but eventually you're going to move into your own businesses. And that's kind of where the sweet spot is for AI. Um, AI art, you're so right. I've been on seminars and webinars of people. I was actually on one 2 days ago with a lawyer who was talking just about that, about the legalities of using AI art and selling it. And unfortunately, as we all know, people don't read the small print and don't realize these things. But he also talked about the other bigger problem is our government system is so behind in technology that they don't even have an idea how to bring this to the forefront to even put these certain things in place to protect artists like Simone and all the other artists in the world. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. Um, let's see. Hopefully you guys can see it. Uh, and I think, I don't know if you have to put me up. Let's see. Can you see the screen? All right. I'm sharing my screen, but I don't know if you guys can see it yet. Okay, there we go. It's coming. It's a little delayed. So we're going to be talking about unlocking AI's potentials, smart strategies for students, and not only students, but really for everyone. Okay. Hello, my name. What the ways I've used AI, and a lot of businesses are using it, especially if you are a 1 or 2 person office, you're just starting a business, and you're working a job and you have a family. So I have made it, this is my AI assistant, Irene. Irene was named after my grandmother. Hello. And what I use her when I'm doing presentations, I have her introduce me. So let's talk about really the bulk. I decided to take this from a different perspective about time. Time is one of your most valuable commodities, and how you spend it determines what your life will be. You can either waste it, invest it, or give it away. And that's by David Khalil. So when we're talking about AI, whether it's for students, for businesses, it's really about productivity. How is this going to save you time? And a few stats, and I'm sure these probably change every day. When we're talking about how businesses are using it, or as a whole, because there's been a lot of conversation. 61% say they've used it in their marketing. 44% have used it for content production. I really think that number should be higher from my experience. 54.5 take the optimistic view that it most likely will greatly enhance their marketing efforts, which it does, and save them time. And the main reason for not using it was because of the lack of understanding and the high cost of implementation. I believe Brittany was talking about cost, okay? So just a little bit of background. I attended a Black History Month event the other day. It was here. I'm based out of the Washington, D.C. area. And I went around and just started talking. There's probably about 50 businesses / government agencies there, anywhere from procurement offices to chambers of commerce, just to kind of see where they were with this whole AI. Out of the 50 businesses, none of the businesses or government offices had any plans for implementing AI, which I was really blown away at that. But they said they want to, but they don't know where to start. Whereas, like with Simone, with your art, that's definitely, I totally agree. They're taking prompts and everything, and it's a new thing. Everyone's excited. If you go on to Facebook, there's probably 20 to 30 groups just on AI art. Now, what I've seen a lot of it is AI art, but African American or Latina. And what's happening is people of color are using it to express what they're doing. So in that way, yes, it's pulling together, but it's the first time in forever probably that we as a people have gotten a chance to actually use an art that depicts us, our curvy bodies, our natural hair. We have a teacher that was in my class for my certification. She teaches 8th grade, and she's using it to show different images of beautiful Black people. She's not selling it, but she's also using it to help she's in a low middle income area. She's based out of the Dallas area. And this is allowing her to bridge not only AI, but for us who normally, unfortunately, are normally late to the party. Okay. So I like to take it from a positive aspect. And as Simone mentioned, if you're not familiar, anything dealing with AI or it starts with a prompt. And I just wanted to talk about that to give you an idea how it works. So I know last week our speakers talked about the overall how in education, and then the other speaker started talking about Chat GPT, which is one of many. I believe Brittany mentioned about the Copilot. Then you have Bard. Then you have Claude AI. I mean, it just goes on. Every day, there's probably 20 to 30 new tools that come out. So prompts are pre-written text that can be used to generate content and images in AI technology. And basically, it serves as you're putting the information in to get a result out. If you ever heard of the comment, garbage in, garbage out, that's kind of what a prompt is, okay? Now, when we talk about prompting, and let me just give you an idea, believe it or not, prompt engineers, as they're called them, the people that create these prompts, they are getting paid anywhere from 100 grand a year and up. Every day I get some email from LinkedIn about this particular company is looking for AI prompt engineer, and this is what they're paying. Let me go back. This is what they're paying. So from a economic point, and if you're thinking about you're in school, you want to think about that too because they're paying for it. Now, what's going to be interesting to see is how long is this going to last? Because really, only about a year people have jumped on board with it. My first class last year when I taught ChatGPT was in March of 2023, and people didn't hear about it. They didn't, and it's nowhere where it is today. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with it. Is it going to be long term? But from a business perspective, business people are loving it because it is saving them time. Students are loving it because it's also saving them research time. You know, I was back in the day where we actually had to go to the library to do work. The internet wasn't out when I was in school at Howard University. Yes, I'm telling my age. So there's a lot of, like you said, pros and cons. But when you're starting to talk about ChatGPT, and I wanted to expand on this a little bit, when you're putting stuff into ChatGPT, you really want to what we call train it first. And that's if you're using it for school, but if you're using it for projects, you want to train it to sound like you. So right now, if I didn't train it and I put, write me a blog post about Martin Luther King, it would give me a really, really generic blog post about Martin Luther King, right? But if I trained it and say I was a teacher of African American studies, I would upload my bio, which would reflect that. I would upload samples of my writing, which would reflect that as well. That could be blogs, that could be articles, that could be papers. And then I would ask it, I would say the prompt, I want you to write for me as a ghostwriter. I want to give you my bio and 2 transcripts so that you can learn about me and learn my writing and teaching style and tone so you can write for me. It would actually take that information. And let me just give you an idea what happens is now ChatGPT has a back end. And just to give you a little insight, ChatGPT, I believe the valuation is 80 billion, and that's with the B, dollars, that came out the other day. So it is definitely not going anywhere. Okay. So once you train it, you put all the information together in the back of ChatGPT, you have where it's customized. You can put down your custom instructions. And this is just to give you an example of mine, and also how it wants me to respond. It does that as well. So that way, when I'm doing prompts from now on, it'll pull from this information. It'll sound like me from the different trainings I've done. Okay. So it's really interested in that fact. So I love this. And when we're talking about art, Simone, I used to have a chocolate lab. He's no longer with us. He's deceased. But when I was making this, because people love dogs, cats, and everything. But AI makes it easy to market, sell, and create content and more. And that's what people are using it for. So when you're thinking about prompting, whether you're using ChatGPT, we're using Copilot, whether you're using BART, anything like that, you always want to start with, after you train it, right? You want to tell it what you want it to act like. It's almost like you're speaking to a person. So say you're a director of the Y. So you may say, act like a director of the YMCA and create me 10 things that people are looking for to do at the YMCA. Or act like an English teacher and do X. Act like a social media manager. And what it does, it actually takes on those personas. Act like a copywriter, act like a movie director, etc. So that's what the prompts actually look like. So prompting is very important, whether you're doing for images, whether you're doing for text. And when it comes to saving time, and take it from me, I am a solopreneur. I have a couple of VAs, but I personally, and being transparent, hate writing. And the reason why I hate writing, because it takes me a long time to get started. Or I'm thinking about one thing and I can't do it. Or when we start looking at from a business perspective, and even though you guys in school want to think about it, because I'm always trying to think about different ways you can make money, social media managers or strategists are paid to create posts, get images, whether they're using stock images that are already created that you can buy, or whether they're creating them, unfortunately, on Mid Journey, Lyrica, or whatever all the other ones are. They charge, like, starting out at a good 1,500. So for a small business, many cannot afford that. So they look to now AI to fill those positions. Just to give you a little bit of idea, okay? Just to give you another idea, using it for social media, whether you may have your own, as a student, your own page, you may have a podcast, anything like that. And this is some ideas of what prompts look like. Generate 5 creative ways to use Instagram Reels for you, put whatever your product or service is. Create a social media post that targets X. Create a content calendar. By content calendar, you're talking 30 days out. And for your average person to sit down, whether you are a student or not, and trying to think of 30 days worth of content to write, you're like, oh God, what am I, that's just too much. These are ways people are using AI in the business world and even in students. And you're right, there are a lot of tools out there. There's probably over, and I'm just guesstimating, at least over 1,000, 1,500 tools that can do everything, can do anything from, of course, create your avatar, or act like you, or write your paper, or you can upload the PDF. And I'll show you a couple of things too. You can upload a PDF and say you don't have time to read it. Guess what? You put it up in AI and say, tell me 3 bullet points about this. It will scan it, and in minutes, it will proceed and give you the information. So from a research point, it is excellent. Now, heading back to the art and other things, ChatGPT now have GPTs, and they're created by individuals, and it's pulling information from the internet and everywhere else. So now people can make money creating these GPTs. Now, just to let you know, there are a lot of GPTs that will write proposals or help you write proposals, papers, productivity, solve math problems. I'm like, where was this when I was younger? Programming, education, lifestyle, you name it. I just wanted to show you what some of them are. Now, if you're familiar with Canva regarding graphics and presentations, let me tell you, that was a lifesaver. I cannot draw a stick. Simone is beautiful in that area because she has that vision and that gift. Everybody can't draw, and I'm one of them. However, when Canva came about and I was able to do things for my business or for clients and charge them, I wasn't creating art, but I was using the templates, etc., like that. Now Canva is connected to ChatGPT. So what's happening in our world now, all of the different, say, softwares, even Grammarly, all the different ones, you'll notice that they have an AI component, okay? But here's one that I think the students are going to like or love, that they may not have heard about it. Everyone's talking about ChatGPT, ChatGPT. But there is one that I absolutely love. It's called Perplexity. The reason why I love Perplexity is you can put a prompt in Perplexity, just like you do ChatGPT. But what you'll notice, ChatGPT won't give you references and won't give you alternate information. Perplexity does. So, for example, I was working with an author who had a journal helping women of color with infertility, right? So I put this prompt in, give me 10 popular promotion ideas to sell her. She made a journal based on trends and patterns and Groupons in the United States. It gave me the information as you notice here, but right here where you see sources, we were then able to dig a little deeper. We were able to go into these things and find more information, find statistics, find these articles maybe that were written on different dates. So Perplexity would be an excellent tool for students if they haven't used it. It's perplexity.ai. It is amazing because if you need to dig deeper and you need to, of course, even if you're in your business, you need to note what your sources are. Even if you're doing a presentation, you say, hey, I learned this. Did you know infertility affects X amount of people of color? It was noted here in the American Physicians Journal, whatever. You can get that information from here. Unfortunately, ChatGPT's initial information does not give you that source. So if you want to use another source, definitely try perplexity.ai. Okay. And these are just a little prompts that you can use. Again, you can still use the same prompts that you use in ChatGPT, that you use for art, but you're putting them in Perplexity, and what's going to happen is going to pull the information out. Okay. Another tool that people are loving, and it's kind of on the level of you're not making the art, but it's actually creating it. So you've probably seen different things or talking heads, if you will, and they show a person talking. Well, I have a client that's a manufacturer, and we made a two different women, and I didn't put the right one up here. She serves not only the U.S., but she also has clients that speak Spanish. She doesn't have anyone that can quickly convert our message into Spanish, but guess what? I use AI. I put the information in English, and it converts it to Spanish. And this is in a tool called D-ID.
Your
So
exclusive invitation to
as you
explore
see,
Anne Nahari's plus size lingerie collection.
so what I did, she specializes in larger women's clothing. I said, I want a beautiful African American woman with flawless makeup, and I want her to be full figured or plus size. Guess what? I have it. I have this one, and then we have the one
Your
here.
exclusive invitation to
Okay.
explore Anne Nahari's
So
plus
these
size
are things that people are using to like expand their reach, to definitely convert your English to Spanish to German, because as a business owner, back in the day, you would actually have to pay somebody to first of all find them, then pay them to convert your message to all these other different languages. This cuts the learning curve. It totally cuts it, because now I can use that same message in English, in Spanish, in German, in French, in I mean all kinds. So these are the things that I like about AI. Okay.
Your exclusive.
All right. Now, getting again to what Simone was talking about. Now, this young lady over here, this is when it first came out early last year, took my picture and it supposedly created my avatar. She looks beautiful. She doesn't have any glasses on, but she created my avatar. But then I used this. I created this young lady in a campaign. It was Courage to Love. Didn't sell it. It was just getting the message, basically posting it across. So I think what we're kind of at the crossroads where are we using it for, I think businesses wise, many of them are using it for promotion. Whereas I have seen many people, and I mean many people, selling the art as their own. And I think eventually that's going to stop. But unfortunately, like I mentioned, government is so behind. It's going to be a long time before they get there, because they just don't have the people in place and the infrastructure and the processes. Okay.
Happy National.
Okay. So, and this is perfectly one. This here, actually, I saw the young lady. She does amazing prompts and she has perfected it because many times you do a prompt, the person has 5 fingers, 6 fingers, the eyes are going all crazy, or they may not have the eye or the eye is all crazy. But she has perfected the prompts in a way that she now will take this and sell it to someone. And really, it's like one off. This is someone else that I found online. She's using the I fear no evil, showing that she's very curvaceous and the hands of, Jesus, holding her. So people are definitely using it to express themselves. And I think I totally understand where Simone is coming from, but unfortunately, it's going to take a while for the legalities to catch up to the people. But once they do, and they finally put that in place, um, then there'll be an issue. Okay. All right. So now just talking about students as well. Remember I was telling you about there's ways you can put stuff in and have it kind of give you the information. One is called chatpdf.com, meaning you can upload a PDF. It could be yours, it could be anybody's. It could be a paper you want to read, doesn't matter. As long as you have the PDF, you upload it, and then you can ask it to give you bullet points, information about that PDF. So the time that would have taken you to read it, it now takes no time. For example, I have a friend, he works in the government. He had to go through 10 different, it wasn't proposals, it was different, 10 different pages for each client. And he had like, it was 12 of them. He's like, this is going to take me hours. I said, do you have it in PDF? He said, yeah. I said, here's a tool, upload it into PDF and ask what the things that you're looking for in it. He did it. So instead of it taking him a couple of days, it actually took him a couple of hours. So again, it's that time thing. Now the question is, yes, it saves a lot of time. The question is, we're at the point was, okay, where does that information go? So as you know, I'm in DC, which is land of government contractors. So that's kind of where they are, because even in the government here, you cannot use your own computer. You cannot, in many instances, save stuff you're working on a jump drive. The system has a way of blocking it. But now they're trying to figure out how to do the same thing with AI. So the question is, if he's putting the information up, and of course it wasn't sensitive information, but say that it was, so that's a whole nother legality issue that they're going to have to figure out how to solve before really using it. But the government is trying to use it, but they just don't know how yet. Okay, so this is a thing that people love. So we know, as you students, you probably have to do PowerPoint presentations and things of that sort. There's a tool called gamma.ai. Now, let me tell you something about Gamma. Gamma, you can do a presentation in Gamma, and I'm afraid to get out what I'm in to show my computer, but I'm going to try because I really want to show you the power of Gamma. Let me see if I can do this without messing it up. So let's see if you can you guys see my screen? It may be a little delayed and take a minute. I see it's doing something. Okay. It's just a little delayed. Okay. So this is Gamma, and I don't know how big you can see it. So if you've ever had to do a presentation, whether it's for school, for church, for work, and you're like, okay, I got to come with a presentation. Yeah, I got to make it look good for PowerPoint. How am I going to do that, right? Gamma will help you do it. So Gamma, basically what you do, you can, I was showing this, how to groom a poodle. I just did it for fun, right? So I go into Gamma, I type in how to groom a poodle. Guess what it did? It asked me like the things that I wanted to know, and it gives you the content. So many times, right, when we're doing PowerPoint, we have to put the content in there. Not with Gamma. Gamma does it for you, .ai. So I said, how to groom a poodle. it gave me this information. I could take this out and delete it. Okay. I could change pictures. So it gave me all these different presentation. It breaks down shears, things that I need, brushes, grooming table, all the content. Now, yes, I can change this, but if you want a nice presentation and you want um, different colors or maybe images and things, this is a tool that you can use. And the great part about it, I'm on the free plan, just FYI. If I can find a free tool, I'll use it because I already pay enough for stuff for marketing stuff that I use. But you can then transfer this into PowerPoint or into a PDF. So by just hitting, or you can present. I've seen some people even present from here. So again, a time saver, again, content. You can go in here and change it, but it is an amazing tool that you can use. It is fantastic to use, let me tell you. Okay, I'm going to go back to my current slide. So that's Gamma. I love it because, again, from a time perspective, and I'm about saving times, if I could do something really quick, what usually happens is if a lot of times someone will call me, I think, was it Brittany or someone talked about someone did a bio. I had someone said, oh, I need your bio and I need it in 100 words. And can you send it over like immediately? I'm like, really? But the thing about it is, I said, oh, I pushed my bio up to ChatGPT, and I said, please convert the following bio to 100 words. Let me tell you, it did it quickly. I proofread it, I changed some stuff around, and I emailed it all in a matter of 15 minutes. So again, time. Now, as a student, I know many students have podcasts, or you guys may have different visual aspects that you use. I want to tell you about one of my favorite tools, and it's called Cast Magic. Now, Cast Magic used to be initially, I should say, just for converting podcasts, but now it's gone way past that. So you can upload any kind of audio file, okay, that you want. So for example, if you want to import from YouTube, Vimeo, you can even import from Instagram Reels. Now that's, and even TikTok, okay? So you know when people are talking like, oh, they do this, do this, do this, and you're trying to screenshot maybe, you can import now that URL from TikTok, from Reels or YouTube. You put it in, or if you have a file, say you had like this Blessed Girls, say Miss Anana wanted to convert this information over, she could take the audio, upload it, and actually put it in, and it would convert it. But let me tell you what the powerful part about this is, and I'll just show you. So say we did, I'll show you one of the ones. I had I did a thing called Holiday Hustle, right? It would transcribe the audio, but let me tell you what happens. If you click on AI content, it will give you examples of titles. It will give you the introduction. It'll give you keywords you can use. But this is my favorite part. You ever wonder how people do the timestamp thing on the video so you can go right to what you're looking for? It does timestamps. So say Miss Anana has this, takes this audio, she puts it in Cash Magic, and it'll tell her at this number, Simone talked about this, Brittany talked about this, Janine talked about Cast Magic. She showed us how to do prompts. It'll break it out for her. Okay. Timestamps. Before you used to do the stuff manually. Okay. And they do have a free version because, like I said, I'll try it free 99 first before I buy. Okay. Another thing, it has scripts you can use, key topics and bullets. It even has, I think this one may have it, LinkedIn posts. So what it does, it takes the one thing you have, or one audio, and it, what we call in marketing, it repurposes everything. So you can have it on LinkedIn, you can have it on Facebook, you can have it on Instagram, you can put it on TikTok, you can make a newsletter out of it. Okay. You can tweet it out. There's even questions that you can develop that was answered in the information. And then let me see where, I don't know if it's on this one. You can even create, here it is, a quiz. So although teachers, I know a few, Although teachers are like maybe in with AI, let me tell you something. A lot of them are using it to do lesson plans, IEP. If you're in, if their special needs is that individual education plan, they're using it for everything. Okay, so this is very, very powerful. This is called Cast Magic. Okay, and then let me see. I'm going to go back. And I hope you guys are finding this interesting. I get excited when I talk about this. So the last part I'm going to talk about, and then we can take questions. Websites. So this is a oh my God, it's such a thorn in my side. Most businesses, they want a website or they pay a lot of money, and then the person takes 6 months, a year, or never gives them a website, and they're sitting here waiting and they're stuck. Well, guess what? Now you can actually build a website with AI in a matter of minutes. Okay. And it's only like $15 a month. That's the beautiful thing about it. But I want to show you what it looks like. Okay. And then we'll take some questions. So if you are any of our students, say you're working even on a project, and you want to have a website for your business, all you have to do is go to Dribble. You just click on, if you see where it says start for free, no credit card required. You click on generate your website, and say that it's going to ask you what type of business, because it wants to populate it with some. So let's do tutoring since we're talking about students, right? Let's say students, okay? And you can put where you're from here, okay? Next. Um, um, and I'm going to call my business question mark, because remember, it's a tutoring. So that was what, 3 questions, right? Not even questions. Look what it's doing. It is actually creating my site. Not only creating the site, but it's giving you content for the site. Now, again, yes, you can change it. You can use ChatGPT to expand on it. You may have some ideas for yourself what you want to do. But it's telling, now that wasn't even, I don't even think that was 3 minutes. Here is my website. It's called question mark. Okay. Unlock your learning potential. Again, you can change this information. This is where your logo would go. About us, you can change all of this information. You can change the pictures, etc. And just to let you know, hands have been slapped because they were using Google Images a lot, and you might have been one of them for their different projects. And slowly but surely, people have got hip to it, and people send those cease and desist letters, and you can use them. But there's things called Pexel. .com, which is what we call royalty free. And there's a lot of other websites too that you can get royalty free images. So you don't have to steal them, but you can change this if you wanted to represent more people of color. You can do that. But this was in all in less than 3 minutes. So you see how it's going back to time. So even if you had testimonials, you can put that here. If you wanted to change it, right? The colors of it, you could. If you wanted to regenerate it, maybe with different colors, look what it did. Now I just clicked a button, and all it did, it changed my colors. Now it's blue. It was yellow. So this is the power of AI as far as helping you to get back your time. And that's really what our businesses and a lot of students and teachers are using it for. Okay. So I know I went through a lot of things, but I wanted to leave some time to see if you have any questions about what I've showed you, about our whole conversation. Just let me know. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to go back to StreamYard.
Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for this presentation. It was
Sure.
definitely amazing. It was very insightful. I've definitely learned some things. I've also kind of connected to some of the things that you spoke about. Like I'm taking a a computer graphics class right now, and that's one of the things that my teacher was telling us, like, oh, you can't take pictures off of Google. You have to use
No.
like other websites like Pixels and stuff like that. So I
Right.
definitely resonated with that. Yeah. So I can start with my questions. I came up with some questions to ask you.
Sure.
So the first question is, what are some ways that students can protect themselves from plagiarism while using AI? Because that's like a really big thing right now. Like everybody wants to use AI, but they don't understand like this kind of plagiarism in a sense. But also like you have to be mindful what you use and how you use it.
And I think there actually needs to be some education and training on that. There are tools that you can use, and a lot of teachers use it to find out if it has been plagiarized. But I think it really needs to be a class on what, really what is plagiarism. Some people think plagiarism is like if I just do word for word for word. Like, no, it goes a little deeper than that. So I think it needs to be a class on it. But to protect yourself, use AI as a launching pad, as a starting point, to give you ideas, as if you're talking to your girlfriend, like, hey, I want to come up with this. I'm stuck. What do you think? Think of it that way, using it as a starting pad. Take that and then like maybe go to Perplexity and dig a little deeper into articles and things like that. So that's what would be my suggestion.
I appreciate that. And I'm about to use that website because I
Which
have to
one?
do a case analysis, Perplexity. I
Yeah.
have to do a case analysis and I don't want to read that case. Like I need somebody to read it for me or something because I don't feel like reading it and
Yeah.
analyze it at the same
It
time.
does the same thing. There is one also, and I forgot to mention, for video. So a lot of times, if you're on YouTube and you don't want to watch the whole video, there's even transcription services for the video that will go through the video and give you the timestamp so that you can say, "Oh yeah, that's what I'm interested in." Go to.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Is there a way we could get all of your tidbits that you shared in your PowerPoint like
Sure.
after like all the
Yeah,
websites and stuff?
I sure
Okay,
will.
cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, my next question is, what is your favorite part about being an AI expert?
Is really helping businesses get over that hump of spending a lot of money and being able to market their business and make money. That's the thing with small businesses. They're like, I know I need a website. I know I need to be on social media because they have great products and services, but they can't afford to, to hire someone. That's my favorite part. Say, hey, well, now you can use this. If I can find it for free 99, I
Mhm.
got
If it's free, it's for me.
you.
Okay, and then my last question, no, one more after that. Okay, so then another question is, how can people interact? How can people protect themselves from using AI and stealing identity? Because I was in a class, information systems class last semester,
Mhm.
and this guy, he was telling us like, oh, my mom, like she got a phone call from like an unknown number, like saying like I've been in a car accident and all this other
Oh my
stuff,
gosh, they
and
really got
like it
creative.
sounded like his voice, like everything. So like the mom, she believed it, but then the person made up a whole lie, like, oh, my phone was lost in the situation, whatever, whatever. And then the mom, she called the son, and that's when the son was able to tell her like that
Mhm.
was not me.
Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a good question, but that is a hard one. And again, I think it's going to go back to educating. Like, for example, my mom's 85. She's on Facebook. She knows how to Google and everything. And I have to tell her, I mean, she's pretty, now, like, if you get something that even pops up on the screen that says, you need to update your protection, click here. Don't click anything. Just the other day, I got something I use QuickBooks for my business, right? I got an email to my email that I use for QuickBooks saying, "Oh, this person was added to your account." I was like, "I didn't add anybody to my account." So
Mm.
I went to it, and there had been nothing done. But if I had clicked, my guess is if I had clicked on that, it could have copied my home computer. It could have copied my passwords. So it's, again, you have to tell people, especially older people as well. Don't believe everything you see. If somebody calls and you don't, my mother won't even pick up the phone if she don't recognize your phone number. Isn't that right? She won't pick it up at all. If she don't, and if you calling from a number and your name does not pop up, you can leave a message. But I think it comes to that. But there's so many scams out here. I had another business one the other day, and I'm like, it was a DocuSign. I was like, but it doesn't have any company name. DocuSign doesn't do that. It'll say coming from, Blessed Girls. It wasn't that. I said, this is not the right thing. So it's being cognizant and knowing. Just common sense, using your common sense. Don't if you're not sure of it, delete it. That's what I say.
That's a good
Mhm.
point. Okay, and since you brought up the older people, how do we save them? Because if everything is changing, they're getting older. They don't want to do all of that. Like
I
Dr. Nana was
Yeah,
telling me about her mom going to a doctor's appointment, and if she wasn't with her mom, she had to do a whole thing, like the whole survey by herself on a computer with no one there as guidance.
exactly. There's got to be a way, and our family has gone through a lot of different things, and I think we're going to have to come up with it because unfortunately, a lot of the older people don't have an advocate. They don't
Right.
have the grandchild or the grandchild or the great grand don't want to take the time to talk to them and help them and go with them. We have to change that. And we don't have there was a time that, we would value our elderly. We don't do that anymore. I don't know what happened. So I think it's going to take you guys at your age with your grandparents. And if you have a great grandmother, um, go to and talk to them and show them how to do these different things. If they're using a computer or an iPad or a phone, take the time to show them. That's what I suggest. It doesn't take long. You might get frustrated. They may ask you the same question 5, 6 times. Take the time because you don't want them to be taken advantage of. So just take the time. But we do need advocates. That would be a great business for anybody going to. An advocate that can go with seniors to the doctors, etc.
Okay. So I didn't introduce myself, and I just realized that. So let me do that. Hey
Okay.
guys, my name is Ayana Slakum. I'm a junior at Albright College. I'm studying communications for public relations and advertising, and
Okay.
a co-major in business administration.
Great.
And that is all my questions. Simone, do you have a question?
Yeah, I just had one. So, hi Gigi. I really liked your presentation. Super duper informative. As a student, I feel like we, as well as Ayana and Brittany, I feel like we've all learned a lot from you coming on and speaking. So, once
Good.
again, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I wanted to ask how you think AI has impacted your own personal career. Like, do you feel that it's helped more, or that you still see it as like more of a con?
Oh, it helps because I can charge money now. Um, it's the hump right now. I just signed on a doctor. And for the time that I'm gonna do things for him and what I'm charging him doesn't match at all. Because it's gonna cut my time. I don't have to, so for example, I'm doing social media work and his website and things of that sort. I created a social media calendar for the next 3 months for him in actually 5 minutes because I knew the prompts to put in. And not only the prompts, I had trained ChatGPT with his information. So it came out talking to him. And so when we met, we had a meeting. I said, okay, take a look at, the next 90 days. Are you okay with these topics? Because he's a pain management doctor, hip D, whatever. He said, oh, these are great. I said, okay. I said, I can go with him. He said, yeah. I said, okay. So for me, it's been beautiful. Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's
That's a
good.
good question.
Okay, so I have some questions in the chat. So someone said, "Is it cast magic?" I'm not sure
Yes,
what part
Cast
of the
Magic.
thing.
CASTMAGIC.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next question from the chat was durable.
.co. Yeah, .co. Durable and then .co. Mm-hmm.
And then I think that they were asking what is the name of the site that creates websites, but I'm
That's
not too
durable.
sure. Oh, that's
Durable creates the
durable.
website. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's one of many. Like I said, there's a lot one, but that's the one I've used. Yes, durable.
Okay. And then I believe that is everything from the chat.
Oh, yeah, any other questions in the chat or?
Oh, did you see Miss Anana's, Dr. Anana's that she put in? You want me to read it off?
No, I can read it. Okay, so the community impact. So AI skills can be used to uplift and empower local communities. Students can apply AI to create solutions that address specific needs within their communities, foster positive change at the grassroots level. Access to learning resources. Many organizations and initiatives are dedicated to providing free or affordable AI education resources. This ensures that students, regardless of their background, have the opportunity to learn and excel in their academics and community. I really like that statement. That's a really powerful statement.
Yes.
It's definitely talking about equity in there, like us as minorities, we've always had the lower hand of the stick. So having this tool to be able to use to our resources and our benefit is really good, and it'll allow us to be able to have a leg up when it comes to certain things. I also feel like the only thing about AI when it comes to the younger generation is I don't want them to become too dependent on it and not be able to think for themselves and, do for themselves and stuff like that. So I feel
agree.
like we definitely do, yes, use it as a resource. And like you said, as something like a platform to get you started, but don't use it like constantly. So I definitely do agree.
But Yana, that's good. But that's going to be a hard one because unfortunately, let's take AI. Let's look at cell phones.
Yes, my
I mean,
generation was
who
brought
goes to the
into that.
library anymore? That's the problem, unfortunately. In my generation, you didn't have any choice. We had to go to the library. We had to learn how to look up the books, the Dewey Decimal System and all that fun stuff.
Right.
So take the AI. It started like with the phone. So everybody's so dependent on, let me Google it, but all the information on Google is not good and not true, as we
And
find.
it's not all accurate.
Exactly.
Just like AI ain't accurate.
Exactly. Anything technology, just think about that.
Right.
Never gonna be 100% perfect.
Yeah.
Do you have any final questions or final thoughts that you'd like to share?
No.
Apart from it, like being informative, it's just like a really interesting talk because like there are so many different like viewpoints and different opinions on AI, where it really just boils down to like how can people use this responsibly, how can we educate ourselves with it, as well as how can we use it to like how can we take advantage of it. I think it's really cool hearing like everybody's opinion. I'm more leaning towards cons just because it affects like my personal career.
Right.
That's all I'm really worried about. People could do whatever they want with it, but once you start messing with the art, all right, like it's over.
Yeah. Which is understandable. Definitely understandable.
Yeah, but it also proves to be like really really useful in like day-to-day life. As a student, I know Ayana can definitely relate. So can Brittany.
Yeah, you have to use it for good and not evil. That's with anything. Same thing with regular technology. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for being a guest.
Any final thoughts or comments that you would like to share with the crowd?
My thing is with the crowd, don't be afraid of technology. Don't be afraid of not knowing. Because all you have to do is go online, and you can do it from the comfort of your home. You don't have to worry about it. And I always say there's no such thing as a stupid question. And like my grandma say, a closed mouth does not get fed. So if you got a question, you need to answer it. Just take the chance, because it's going to pass you by. And that's unfortunate. That's one thing for our African American community and minorities. Take a hold of it because we don't want it to pass us by like a lot of other things do.
Thank you so much for joining us. Greatly appreciate this. This was very informative.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Simone, what did you think, girl?
That was so like I didn't know you could just make a website in like 5 minutes or less. Like that's
a whole PowerPoint presentation. Like it's getting real creative,
man.
And we need to use it to our benefit, honestly.
Real. Just honestly, me along with like a lot of other people, I feel like we just tend to like focus on the negatives, which I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm thinking like just myself first, but like I didn't realize that it was like that versatile. I kind of just like assumed that people would just like use it to cheat, steal, all that stuff, but it ends up being very useful in the end, and I feel like we still end up, needing it a lot of the time. But it was very informative, and now, I might just have to go make my own website. What
No,
about you?
literally. I feel as though it was definitely informative. I really, I don't care for AI, but I feel like it's something that I'm definitely gonna have to use in my field, being communications and business. Um, like I'm sure it's gonna have to be used, which I'm not nervous. I'm just more so of like, okay, how can I use it to my benefit? How could I use it to make sure what I'm putting out or putting inside of it isn't like anything bad or someone else can like get into it, because that's really the whole thing. Like that's why I asked about the privacy and the protection, because I feel
Yeah,
like when it comes to AI, that is the main concern.
yeah,
And
that's one of the most important things. It's like
right, exactly. I don't need
yourself.
my identity be stolen. But no, I like how it just saves time. Like we as a world, we love everything fast. So this being created is good for us. It's not necessarily good, but we could use it to our advantage to allow us to be able to get more things done in a day. Because we'd be like, it's not that much time in a day. We didn't even get to do XYZ. So I feel like it'll definitely allow us to be able to get more things done in a day. We just need to learn how to use it. We need to educate ourselves, our families, and let them know that there's other ways that you can use AI by not just cheating, like you said. So I feel like that's really my thoughts. You got anything else?
I mean, like, just I don't think people realize, like, just how impactful it can be, and like not just day to day life, but like with jobs, getting information, and like just like if you need to like send out an application or write something, it's very like versatile. And I agree with what you said before. We like, I feel like we should really, as people, focus on educating ourselves with AI, just so it can, help us save some time. I know we don't have a lot of it.
Okay, well, I just want to thank everybody for watching. Whether you're watching it live or watching the replay, share your thoughts. Let us know where you're watching from and give your feedback. Like, this was a really great talk. So make sure, if you don't already, follow us on all of our social medias, our website, blessedgirls.com, Facebook, Blessed Girls Nonprofit, Instagram, Blessed Girls NJ, YouTube, Blessed Girls TV, and join our email list at Blessed Girls TV. Woohoo! Okay, we got a lot of platforms. I love that.
We appreciate y'all taking the time to tune in.
Yes. Have an amazing night, everybody.
Bye.